All right, we're live. So we've got, for those of you who haven't joined me yet, I've been testing the live stream a couple days now, and as my notifications pop up, I'll turn those off. I've got a project I'm working on for Jeremy Rosado. Jeremy was an American Idol finalist, and he gave me permission, he's the man, to stream my whole mixing process. So kind of killing two birds. I'm a little bit behind in the Mix Academy, so I figured let's live stream some mixing and open it up for Q&A. So this is more a me working. I can't help but to be distracted. I've got comments up, and I've got my man Clay over here, Fox Chase, commenting on my link in the Facebook group. I shared the link to David Glenn recording live stream, and he said offline, I said I'm about to hit the stream buttons before I went live, and I said I had to touch up my makeup first, and he responded with "Fix your hair." Thanks, Clay. Good stuff, man. You got me. Like I don't get it enough from my kids. But anyway, so we're live on YouTube. It's going to be a blast. I'm mixing. I'm working today. And I figured I would just hit stream and let you guys go along for the ride. I haven't even launched Pro Tools yet. We've got 5 songs for Jeremy. The first one was like a piano ballad with some miscellaneous production, very light production. And then the second one is called Trust. That's the one I'm wrapping up right now. So I'm going to launch that session and pull open some mix notes, take that one to the finish line before sending it off to the client. And then we've got to jump right into possibly as many as 2 songs today. But then we're just going to work. So more of a watch me work. I'll take some questions. I'm going to have the Q&A open over here. But we will also be getting some new videos up. So tutorials, all is well with the Pro Audio files. I'm still going to be contributing over there. But I've, for the longest time, wanted a way to just pull out my phone and answer email questions and to go live. Now I got the Wirecast Play system up to be able to stream live, decent quality. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, man. Along for the ride. Mixing Big Brother style. We've got Fox Chase and Joey Fernandez. What's up, my man? Joey is going to be mastering this record, and if we have enough time, I've got to get 4 more songs mixed now. I think they added another one. Bald Fox Chase. Clay's hating on my bald head here. Grow out the beard, it'll look good. So we've got, yeah, man. So new YouTube channel. Let me get this session loading. Get distracted over here. Let's, as I close the wrong window. Feel free to jump in on the conversation over here, man. Once we get the session up. And those of you who haven't watched, maybe you want to stop watching the live stream. You want to go hop over and watch the first 2 days of videos. We went from, I had faders up, I think, when I first started the 3.5 hour video, the first one, and just went to town, just mixed it live on YouTube. So lots of good things in there. You'll see my process uncut. There's no editing in this, as you can tell from me just rambling right now as I get the session loaded. But yeah, just gonna hang out and make some music this weekend. Don't worry, I'm gonna get my face off the screen here in a bit. I've got to give you guys a proper welcome, and then we'll ditch my camera and get to work. So I'm gonna be, you know what? I started the mix with no sub pack, but I'm gonna put it on because now I've got my low end going. See what fresh ears bring with this mix. Missing a strap. So yeah, we're gonna take a very quick look at Trust, fresh ears, see what we can do to take this to the finish line. And then, actually, in most of this will probably be vocal effects. I hate this about the sub pack. If you lose a strap, there we go. can be a pain in the butt to get it to latch on. I'll have some fun, get the low end resonating off my back here. And then we're going to use some cans for this one. I have been mixing with my monitors a lot more lately. I've got the new iLoud speakers from IK Multimedia. And then I've got my Yamaha HS5s. We'll get this session launched. Let's see. We got the comments going. We've got Facebook rocking, YouTube. Forgive me for the dry YouTube channel. There's just these videos on, not much going on yet, but I'm going to be adding tons of tutorials, Q&A. So if you've got questions, feel free to post in the Facebook group or email me, post them down below. Let's see. Brad said, so want me one of those sub packs. I tell you what, man, it's worth it. Go to Zounds or American Musical. Dude, they got the payment plan. Break it up in a couple payments. It's expensive, but man, it's so much fun. My man Joey Fernandez hanging out with us a little bit here. If you guys have any mastering questions, I'm going to defer to Joey. He's going to be mastering this record. And then my man Vic will probably see this email. I'm going to text him. He produced these songs. So if we can get Vic to join us, that would be awesome. You know, Vic is huge in the worship scene, so he's going to probably be at church all day today, knowing him, 3-4 services, but we'll see if we can get him on, do some production Q&A. All right, so basically I've got this song Trust. Let me pull it open. I've got it set up to where I'm mixing on headphones for the video because the mic and the speakers probably not going to go so well together, but I've got it routed so that I hear SonarWorks for my headphone, the headphone calibration software that I use, and pull that up here. Most of you guys probably already know about this and have seen me talk about it, but for you guys, you won't hear that because I've got it routed out, my main outs for you for the stream. So your sound is what your speakers or your headphones or your laptop or whatever are going to produce. It's not going to be impacted by my calibration software here. So excited about that. I'll tell you what, the first part of this, I'm going to hit play. Feel free to do the exercise with me, but I'm basically going to hit play and listen with fresh ears at a low to moderate volume, and I'm going to take some notes and see what I think about this one. We've got vocal delay, throws, and effects, and just general mixing for the vocal. It's just fairly dry, a little bit of modulation, but some stuff to do there. But yeah, I'm going to hit play, take some notes, and get to work.
Good grip, thought I could captain the ship, but when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine, but I was hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. They're locked on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I know I really gotta stop, I can't keep calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets. but your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is what it feels. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you.
All right. So you can see I was taking some notes there. Lots of little things. We got to make sure we prioritize and keep it flowing here. Don't want to can get out of hand and be touching up all these little things for days and not be making much progress on the project. So I'm going to hit some of those initial thoughts real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next song. Okay, so at this point, when a mix is headed towards the finish line, I start to get all these little creative ideas, and it can really bog me down and keep me working on the same song for hours. I've already put at least 5 hours into this one, so let's go back to our list here. We've got, let's see if we have any questions, any thoughts after that little thing there. We've got, when the vocal comes back in the second verse, it feels a little buried personally. Fox Chase, second verse vocal. Let's go check that out. Was it here?
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact.
You know what? We got that harmony right there. That needs to come up. I haven't even touched it. Maybe we have a little bit more work to do than I wanted to admit, because we've got all these vocals. Need to show some love to all these little parts here.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The heart of it. I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat.
Okay. Something I might do for this is separate. I don't want it hard left and right, but let's go with this Waves Real ADT. And if you guys are watching, man, please feel free to share this. Any of the Facebook groups or any friends you have that mix or learning how to mix. Would love to get more people's eyes on this. Let's see. Two guitars is better than one. It's my favorite preset on this guy. All right, so, but I don't want it hard left and right. So let's see what that did.
I know I really gotta stop.
Okay, let's pull pull them in. Just want to wrap them around that lead vocal a bit, not necessarily hard left and right. Let's see what we get.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, 'cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in the seat.
Okay, we gotta shape it a bit with EQ. It's a bit too something.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, 'cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in the seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break.
All right, I'm gonna kind of mask it a bit so it's not taking over that lead very quickly. This is minuscule stuff for now, at least. Maybe touch it up after we get some client notes back, but need to get this one out. Let's just go with a stock. Shoot, tape echo. That sounds good. Little slappage going on here. Let's, I don't want to sync. Actually I do. No, shoot, let's go like a slap delay. Let's go, start with 90 milliseconds. Barely any feedback. And just a little bit of mix. Let's see.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, 'cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in the seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it.
I want this to be warm. I don't want it to be...
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, 'cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in the seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder.
All right, we'll see. Maybe that works for now. Yeah, I don't disagree. We need some general vocal automation here once we get... Let's see if I come over here. Just massaging the levels. We've got clip gain. I'll show you guys a quick peek of that if you don't want to go back and watch the other videos. You can see I brought up little phrases here and there to even out the signal going into the compressors and the processing over here. Clay said, "Sounds good, dude. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It's been fun mixing this. I have not touched this, I don't think, off camera. It's been all on YouTube, so kind of cool to be able to show the whole process uncut for those of you guys who like to kick back, get a drink, get some popcorn, and watch. So let's go back to my list here. Vocals mostly, but overloaded the lows. I remember that. What was that at? Overloaded lows. I thought I put a minute mark. It turned it into a reminder. So, well, there you go. Minute 15. That's funny. So somewhere in here we had some overloaded lows. It's going to be where these big hits are. Now, is there a kick that happens? I don't feel like, I don't know. See, when it's carrying the weight from it, if you just hit play right at the marker, it's not as bad, but when it's carrying on the decay from some of those other verbs and whatnot, it's overloading the signal, the two bus.
This is how it feels to trust in you. Deadlocked on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you.
Ugh, that stinks. I don't want to do it like this. I want to automate because I don't think it does that. Some of these other ones, let's see. it is kind of.
Oh, this is how it feels to trust in you.
Okay, so it is overloading the lows. We corrected that. Move on. Verse 2 kick, I felt like could have more oomph. Let's go. Where's the... I was lazy at the beginning, and now it's hurting me. I didn't put my markers in. Let's come over here. So I've got a high-pass filter onto the kick at the back end of the kick processing that is automating between the verses and the chorus. You can see here that during the verse, it's engaged, but if I click over to the chorus, the hook, it's bypassed. So none of this. So this is to kind of a little more punch, a little more click in the verses with very not completely empty in the bottom end, but I cut 50 hertz and below, which tightens it up a lot. Here's the difference between the verse.
Don't want it back.
Oh, excuse me. That's the chorus and then the verse.
When life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. Ooh.
So you can feel a big difference, right? It jumps out at us at the hook. But I felt like verse 2 needs to be automated a little bit different. So I'm going to enable this band for automation. And for the second verse, let's see.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns...
I hate I hate that harmony, the way I mix that right there. Tape echo be gone.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets.
Okay, maybe what I want here is I'll leave it there, but
The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets.
we'll open it up a bit here.
But your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give.
And we're going to do it for both of these sections here. So we'll give it 40 hertz.
Break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets. To let go, now I'm giving you mine.
So there's the full kick. Here's the B section. Yeah, come on. That's a big difference.
Want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets. To let go. But your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for.
Clay asked if I have vocal line. I do not have vocal line. I have one of the other ones, but I'm not going to take the time to go through and vocal line it. I may do a manual nudge on some of it. It definitely needs it, but let's go. I did some tuning. The auto tune was glitching a little bit. Actually, that was the other song, the ballad. The auto tune was glitching. Man, putting me on the spot, Clay. Okay, I won't be lazy. Let's go in here and let's see if we can tighten this up to the lead vocal a little bit. Let's pull this down to the lead. Pushing me to be better, my man. All right, let's see what we get. So if we zoom in, and put these guys together.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots.
Ugh. We've got... Just delete that.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up.
Typically, it depends, but I don't even care for the S's or breaths to be in the double or the triple.
I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns.
And you can hear there how much cleaner that is.
Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself.
So this is the breaths, the in-betweens.
I put myself in your seat. but you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. And now
So all this little stuff in here, tighten it up a little bit. It does need vocal line though.
don't want it back.
You're right, Clay. But hopefully this will be a little bit of an improvement.
Back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. Back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The heart.
All right, Clay is offering to vocal line it for me. How cool is that? All right, so triple click, save to the start of the session. I'm going to label this V2 Harm for Clay. Bam. Export that. Wave, interleave, bam. Let's put this in a different folder. So we've got the main folder, hard drive here, Jeremy Rosado, trust. I'm going to go to bounced files. Actually, let's go back. I usually create a new folder for anything. Put it in there. Bam. The power of YouTube Live and collaboration here. So DGR samples. Actually, I got to give him a copy of the lead too. So let's do. I don't want to consolidate the clip gain just yet. So we're going to duplicate this playlist, consolidate it. And he'll get the point. We don't have to relabel that. And then let's send this to the same folder, 24-bit, bam, bam, trust, exports, done. And then let's see. So now we've got those two. I'm going to send that to Clay. I'm going to go back to my other playlist here. There we go. And share it with Clay. I need to create a... a scene for the live stream that removes my screen so that it excuse me, show Clay's email address over here, broadcasting it out to the world. Hey, if you guys want some free stuff, hit Clay up. No, let me do a new Finder window, see if I can do it on this other screen here to avoid broadcasting Clay's info out to the world. We'll do a new Dropbox folder. And we're going to say Rosado edits for Clay. Got to put your name in for the credits now, my man. So we've got Dropbox folder. Let me come back over here. Exports. No way, man. Clay just mentioned in the comments, didn't mean to throw you off or whatever. Not at all, man. You're helping me out. So I'm going to drag these over here. Wham, bam. And then let's see if it'll let me share this folder. Yep, on the other screen. So let's go. I think I have you in here. Yep, there we go. All right, Clay, you're the man. If you get a second, you want to knock that out, that'll be a huge help, man. Tighten up that one verse harmony for us real quick. All right, so moving on. I cleaned up some of the breath edits. I could get in here and nudge, but since Clay offered to vocal line, we'll rely on him for that. And there you go, man. Clay, you got to type in the comments your if you got a website, man, for people to come check you out. Clay's a man. We've featured him in the Mix Academy. I want to get another track from him. Great voice, great talent, man. Young producer. Fox Chase. Look him up on YouTube. Let's see. Steve, what's up, my man? Looking forward to catching up on the other two you've posted. Such a great idea. Thanks for providing this for us. You're the man. I'm Steve said beer and nachos. Love it. So, yeah, lots of good stuff in those other ones, man. If you want to see how I took the dry tracks and got to this point, go check out day 1 and day 2 of Jeremy Rosado's live stream. I'm going to leave those up on YouTube. I still have to learn how to run a YouTube channel. So forgive me if it looks a little dry, a little boring, but we'll get it we'll get it worked out. All right, so distractions galore. Let's come over here to V2 kick, more oomph. We took care of that, but I like to make sure we gave it more oomph by giving it a tiny bit more lows. What else? What do we got out here? That's the hook. And do we have any more sections where... I think the bridge could be similar to that second verse. Give it the 40 back. All right, Nico's in the house. What's up, Nico? All right, so that kick, let's hit these notes. We got V2, blah, blah, blah. B section from the V needs more meat. We took care of that. The sub splash, it's weak going into the bridge. So the first one was too strong. This one. Nope, this one. Man, I really want... I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to see if it... Sometimes I'll put notes just because I'm thinking it. But if it's not that big of a deal or it's not contributing much to the song or it's... I just got to move on and make more progress with, you know, the prioritize myself here with notes. I'll just check things off that I didn't even do. And then if it comes up again when I'm laying in bed taking notes or I go to the car and listen there, then we'll add it back and address it. But little things like that. Okay, so vocals. Vocals. I need to... Let's see. No, we're not going to try a new kick, rev cymbal, any of these important. Yes, okay. So from now on, we're focused on vocals. Nico said, just chilling. Still on the same song. You need some speed mixing. Yeah, man. Well, I'm not ashamed to put, 5, 7, 10 hours, 20 hours into a mix for my clients. Definitely want to make sure, balance it with the making money and the art. But yeah, man, I feel pretty good about this one. 5 hours. That's not too bad. By the end of this, it'll probably be 6, 7 hours. Client revisions, give it an hour or so. And this one's done in a day, Made money and hopefully delivered a great mix. All right, so focusing on the vocal. Let me just take a listen to the vocal and see where we're at. I just feel like it's still, I've got the modulation effects. It makes a big difference, but I feel like it could use something, just some pop vocal something. I'm sick of the same vocal effects. But his voice does sound good, just clean and out there. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm arguing with myself.
I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship, but when I look at this wreck, but when I look at this, could captain the ship, but when thought I could captain the ship, but
so this gets lost. The ship, captain the ship. Man, there we go.
Thought I could captain the ship, but when I look.
All right, a little bit better, and let's go for it, man. Let's work on some delay throws. We'll get the meat of this worked out. Let's go vocal delay 1, and then here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna send a full signal into vocal delay 1. Let's go grab my effect from down here. With the stream, the computer runs a little bit slower. My trackpad throws me off a bit, but let's check out. Okay, so this is just my preset here. I'm actually going to throw a stock delay. Let's create something For this, we'll start mono. Get rid of that. Get rid of the EQ for now. I don't want anything. We're going to start from scratch for this. And let's throw for him maybe a dotted eighth.
I thought I had a good grip.
Dotted doesn't work.
I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it. I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could.
And let's go out of sync and let's just find us a...
I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Now I'm working like a slap delay. Let's get back on track here. Let's do a simple.
I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could captain the ship. But when I look.
All right, let's put a little modulation. I find that a really low rate, like a 0.25, 31's fine, 23 somewhere in there, and then a high depth works really cool to give the delay a little character, a little shape.
I thought I had a good grip.
Nico, oh, he was joking. He was messing with me about speed mixing. No, I got you, man. 1 hour mix. I think Joe Gilder's got a course, speed mixing. I need to. I could not create a course like that, unfortunately, but it definitely would be relevant to a lot of people probably to help streamline the mixing process. But yeah, thanks, man. He said he likes the live streams. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Nico, always showing the love, man. I really appreciate you. This delay, let's use this as a delay throw. So we're going to call this throw 1.
I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was.
Okay, this will make more sense here in a second. It could be a little bit more, but I dig that. And we're going to go to movement by the good people at Output. Love this plugin, man. It's going to slow the computer down for a second here, but this is my go-to for delay throws. I like to mix it up, do something cool with this, and then we'll adjust the mix percentage on movement. Get us something nice. There we go. Got the GUI launch plucking around. Let's see what this does to that effect here. And let's go find.
I thought I had a good grip.
Love it, man.
I thought I had a good grip. Thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broke.
Right there.
Hopeless, and I was broken. Hopeless, and I was broken.
I think it sounds fine like that. I mean, shoot, first preset, it's already kind of working. It's a little bit muffled, a little bit Let's bypass in here.
Listen, I was broken, the harder.
That's boring.
Listen, I was broken, the harder.
And that's not clear enough.
Listen, I was broken, the harder and harder.
Okay, so I dig that, but we got to make it a little more clear. So now the EQ's got to be, so context, right? We got to pull back a little bit of some of this, give it some intelligibility. Is that?
Listen, I was broken, the harder and harder. Life hits the tougher and tougher.
And this is a delay throw, so we want more from it. So let's go just stacking plugins here. Maybe a little overkill, but this is a cool one. I like to just...
Listen, I was broken, the harder and harder. Life hits the...
All right. And then I'm going to send this to the Gyno Hall. Give it some verb. Let's solo that vocal for a second, just so I can hear how it's reacting in the...
Listen, I was broken, the harder and...
Yeah, I dig that. But it doesn't matter what we dig in solo. We got to figure out if this is going to work in the context of the track. So now let's come over here to our send. We got this vocal delay 1. And let's... the feedback. So sometimes I'll mute it and then unmute it to create the throws. Other times I'll just drop it low so it gives a texture to the vocal underneath. But in this case, we've got quite a bit of feedback. It'll probably get a bit messy to do that. So I think we're going to use this as a throw. And Fox Chase Clay just said, I put the vocal in the folder you shared with me. Right on, man. You're a beast. So we've got our first 2 harm. Coming back, let's listen for a spot where we can automate some throws.
I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go.
That's probably the only thing about live streaming. I get so distracted. I love it though. We got comments coming in. Is Output doing something different than Real ADT? Yes. Output is how do I explain that? Like a rhythm and time engine. It's a beast. Whereas Real ADT is the Abbey Road tape deck, the simulation of double, triple. That's a very botched explanation. Let me show you Output really quick. We got this guy here. If Pro Tools doesn't crash. So you got rhythm, you have steps, and then you have effects that you can layer on top of these layers. So the rhythm LFO, you've got step, LFO, and sidechain, and there's auto panner and filters and all kinds of awesome stuff in here. And then you click on, you got control of all these different. There's a left and a right. This thing is amazing, and the presets are incredible. I don't think I've ever created my own. I've just tweaked, and actually in this one I didn't even touch the preset. I just pulled back the dry wet knob. So a little bit different, or completely different plugin. Sorry. And then Nico said Slate's VTC is kicking some Decapitator and other saturation plugins butts. Yeah, I messed around with Slate's tubes a little bit, but just Decapitator is a quick click, and I know it works, and I've been using it for so long. I'll definitely be using Slate's tubes here in the future. Let's see. Delay throws. There we go, man. So mute button. We've got that automation lane pulled up.
I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess. And I was running my life like I was doing just fine. But I was hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits.
It's probably a good place to create a throw. And then we'll have some throws here. I sometimes like to let the beginning of the verse stay dry. There's tons of opportunities in here, at least a couple, that we could have had some throws or a light delay underneath, but I'm gonna go with, man, I'm so torn between pulling this back. Let's see what we get if we just put a little bit of this in the first verse here.
I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship, but when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess, and I was running my life like I was due. My prints are all on this mess, and I was running my life like I was doing just fine, but I was hopeless, hopeless.
Nah, we'll create another one for that. I think it would help to have a little bit of, instead of using verb, we'll use a delay and do that, but not this one. We're going to use this as a throw. So we're going to mute it, come over here, find that first line.
My prints are all on this mess, and I was running my life like I was doing just fine, but I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken.
So I was broken.
And I was broken.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to go boom, boom. Throughout this, we'll pull up, and then we'll adjust the level of our throw.
But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits the top. And I was broken. The harder and harder life.
So we could use quite a bit more feedback for this one, for the throw. And I'm going to warn you guys, Pro Tools will crash on me. This is only a matter of time. Let's just kill this thing with feedback.
And I was broken. The harder and harder life hits.
So that's a lot of feedback, but might have to compress it. Layering plugins on this beast. Let's go. Let's throw an L1.
And I was broken. The harder and harder life hits the top. And I was broken. The harder and harder life hits the tougher and tough. And I was broken. The harder. And I was broken. The harder and harder life hits the.
Yeah, let's split the difference a little bit. Bring some of the low-level stuff up. Okay.
But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life.
Awesome. Okay, this could be a little louder too. We'll pull that up a few dB. And then I could totally feel this right here. I'll tell you what, let's drop it a few dB. And then we're going to automate a level boost. So the last line. Yeah, let's see what that is. And I don't really dig it for that first phrase there.
But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets. I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher. But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it.
Okay. And the last thought I have for this, I think there's an auto panner in movement, but because I used a smaller percentage of this guy, you see the mix percentage is down, I probably need to just throw on another auto panner. You guys who don't like to use plugins are probably rolling your eyes and unsubscribing and moving on, but yeah, man, I'm not afraid to stack and have some fun. You are on the wrong channel if you don't like layering plugins. Let's throw some smoothing. We'll just create something quick with this. It doesn't have to be very wide. Pull that in, but I'd like some left to right movement. And we'll go rhythm. 1 bar sounds good. In tempo, I think that's going to work great.
But I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits the.
Could probably go half note.
but I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets.
All right, cool. So we've got a starting place, and it won't take that long for every one of these throws. Basically, now I just got to figure out where I want this type of throw in the song, go open up and unmute it, and then automate the level to our liking here. So let's see what we get.
Tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your says I'm down for the...
This guy, the vocal ad-libs, could probably benefit from it too. What do we call this? Vocal delay 1. I think it's that guy, right? Yeah. Let's see what this sounds like.
Tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your...
Yeah, I dig it, but we need quite a bit less.
Tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go, hands off the wheel. I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship. But when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess.
This is one of those moments where I'm cranking it so I can just rock
I
out.
was doing just fine, but I was hopeless, hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go. Ooh, your says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go, hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back, eyes up.
Yeah, this is going to be a kind of a specialized delay throw, not something that's going to be, every other line or anything.
Time to let go, hands off the wheel. I'm riding.
Yuck. It's almost like we need to duplicate it, tweak it, and create a second throw. I don't hate that, but...
Time to let go, hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want...
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to get into a fight with myself about how low or...
Time to let go, hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back, eyes off the road. Get locked on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, 'cause when life don't want it back, don't want it back, eyes off the road. Get locked on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust. This is how it feels to trust in.
Okay,
This is how it feels to trust. This is how it feels to trust.
the delay throw is not getting the this. It's kind of annoying me. Wow, we'll just keep it down. Pull it down at the beginning. And then boost it at the end there.
This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you.
And we're automating the level of this. We'll go ahead and boost the decay of that.
This is how it feels to trust in you.
And I don't really care to hear anything leading up to that last bit. I just want the feedback to kind of resonate over that next section.
This is how it feels to trust in you.
Oh yeah, love it. Let's boost it even more. Let's get it in sooner. Being a little bit tedious with this, but I feel like it'll be worth it.
This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I know I really gotta stop. Trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat.
Okay, I don't want to get too distracted, but Clay shot us the revision, so I'm going to come over here. My man Clay hooking us up. Let's go to Dropbox. Let's go back to... Click up top, date modified, let the folder slap to the top. Lead vocal, trust, vocal align harmony. Bam. All right, so I'm going to do new playlist. Top of the track. I'm going to first, so that the files stay synced. This is huge, especially if you guys are fairly new to file management for mixing. I'm going to go to the folder for the client. Go to the folder here. And then we had exports. Now I'm going to drag this file, into the audio files bin here. And I've got, did I go to the right session? Yeah. I will just go to exports, but then it's in the same folder. Let's go trust, vocal aligned harmony. Bam. There we go. Drag it here first, then into the session. Now I'm dragging the one that's in the correct folder. Wham, bam. Zoom over here. Cut to the beginning. Now let's hear with the lead vocal.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits.
And just like that, Clay is the man. So now we'll figure out, maybe brighten that up, or maybe, I don't really know. What do? We brighten this up?
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine.
Okay, I dig the top end. So you can see here, let me explain myself so you don't just think I'm an idiot. I've reduced 6K. I'm trying to darken the harmony. I don't want it to overtake the lead vocal, so I've thinned it out and then picked a couple frequencies. I like to just pull stuff out and then pick the couple of frequencies I want that to resonate with and dominate. But I took the top end out initially because I didn't want any of the S sounds, the sibilants, to come through. I only wanted that from the lead. But now I like the way that sounds, so I'm boosting. I'm not even going to take this off. I'm going to leave these the way they are. But I am going to come over and I'm going to throw a de-esser on. Probably just copy the one from the lead vocal. And we'll see that's, we're just going to open it up quite a bit. And make sure we get...
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go. your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life.
And then I'm going to bring the vocal up overall from verse 2 to the end of the song, get the energy back on top a little bit. Fox Chase, Clay, my man, you killed it. Awesome vocal line job. Thanks for helping me out there. Let's see. So delay throws. Back on track. Let's see. Nico with he said 2 different movement styles. You got one with as few plugins as possible, and then the DGR movement. So the recording revolution. I need to tag it the DGR revolution, or the overkill revolution. All right, let's see. Love Graham, by the way. That's not a jab at him at all. Love everything he does. Let's see.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. Cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher. I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling.
I'm okay with this one now having more delay throws. So let's go ahead and let's make it happen. So bam, bam, bam. What do we have? Lead vocal, we got the mute. I'm just going to automation. Sometimes with the live stream, the computer gets a little glitchy and then it misses beginning and ends of the mute. So I'm just going to manually draw these in. It takes a little more time, but
I know I really got to stop. I can't
shoot.
Stop.
Need the P. Bam, right there. All right.
I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots.
Ooh. I don't think it's gonna work for this one.
I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots. I know I really gotta stop. I can't keep calling the shots.
It doesn't work. I almost need 2 different delay throws. Okay, so let's just find where this one can fit, and then we'll move on. We'll create the next one.
Calling the shots, cause when life turns up the heat, I put myself in your seat. But you gave your life, and now I'm giving you mine. Don't want it back, it's a fact that I'll just break it.
So that'll be a good spot right there.
It's a fact that I'll just break it. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go. But your love says I'm down for the ride. I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Right, I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go.
Time to let go for sure. And possibly
keys to my life.
See that gap right there. That's what I'm trying to eliminate. It's trying to fill those gaps a little bit.
Right, I'll give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands up. Time to let go.
Here's another one where I don't really care to hear the actual delay on the vocal, but I like what it's doing in the feedback. So I'm going to automate the level of the feedback up. Might need to go big here. Let's hear it.
Time to let go.
Way too much. It doesn't need to be that much.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. Go. The keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
Let's see what he's got here. Clay asked if there's a track that already fills that gap, possibly. Let's see. Bam, bam. We've got this riser.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
Maybe he was wanting that anticipation to build even more so for the impact over here. It feels like it could benefit from, oh, maybe what's this?
Go. Go. Hands off.
I'll tell you what, it could use a little bit more of that. So I'm going to clip gain. Now, you like that, huh? Instead of using a limiter.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. Time to let go.
I automated that at the beginning, but I want to touch that up and give it some more.
Time to let go. Hands.
So now I know what it's doing. Little rehearsal. Now I'm going to get it in.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
I like that better. And the only thing I didn't care for was how quickly it came in. So let's pull this guy down a little bit there.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
And I don't care for it being all on the right side for this one. So I've got a pan man on, but I'm going to kind of force it to be a little more. Listen, see.
Time to let go.
We'll let it start on the left side.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
Something like that. And Clay with his filter and the peaks. He wants a steep. You want steep, my man will go steep.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
Now what that gave me, I'm going to push down with the multiband. I like it, but it's a little bit peaky. Some.
Time to let go. Hands off the wheel.
Let's control some of that there. Let it bounce into the multiband. Okay, cool. So this is what I was saying. I can get carried away with these little tweaks here and there, but man, we gotta do what we gotta do to get it to sound right. You hear something in your head, you want to try to accomplish that. So where were we at? Delay throws. Really, just the first delay throw.
Give you the keys to my life. Time to let go. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to drive in control. Control. This is how it feels to drive.
I'm gonna unmute it, the delay throw there for both of these. Clay said ear candy. Absolutely, man. Actually, I know some guys, production company called Ear Candy. Give a shout out to Ear Candy Entertainment. Let's see here. Indiana. Man, it's been a minute since I've lived in Indiana.
Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to drive.
And then I don't care for it being loud at this is how it feels, so we're going to pull that down.
Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you.
I'm going to have to get some throat coat. I said that yesterday. I need to go make it. A little bit of honey for my voice here.
Control. This is how it feels to trust in you. Trust in you. Control. This is how it feels to trust.
Another little weird transition here, a little bit of a gap. So we're going to send the last line of the Chipmunks to that same vocal delay. So vocal delay 1. And might be a bit much to send the whole time, but tell you what, man, it's the small things, just kind of filling it out. For example's sake, take a listen to this. Before this little delay throw, the transition, I was pointing at the screen like an idiot here. This section right here, there's a little gap right here before the big impact transition here. You can see the harmony comes in or something there as well. But anyways, the hey. Listen to this little gap right now with no delay throw. I just muted it. And then let's check it out with it. Yeah, it actually didn't make as much of an impact as I thought. All right, so let's go right there. We'll lift the volume of the send. Nah, it's mediocre. Let's come down here. This is all but non-existent at that section there. So let's go. I've got these two grouped. So leading up to this last part, let's put a crescendo in here. I'm gonna have to crank it. That helped. All right. I'm thinking this whole phrase here can have a throw, but
The only thing I put my trust in is you. I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
these Chipmunks cannot be, they have to kind of take center stage here. They have no thick lead vocal to give them weight. We need some more weight to these guys here. So what are we doing here? That the vocal delay may need to, is that the right send? Okay, so pull that guy up. Let's pull it down quite a bit for when they're by themselves. Like almost off. And then maybe for the last line, we'll bring them up. And then they seem to have too much verb at this part too.
I'm taking my
Kind of the janky way to do this, but they need to the high pass filter and everything I did to this before. What am I doing? Shape. I want a shelf. I'm just gonna boost a bunch here.
taking my hands off the wheel. I'm taking my.
Okay, so that a little bit loud.
I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
Might have to tweak that in the revisions, but I'm going to bypass this. Enable for automation, command control click, so the lane comes up, and this is only going to be on during that vocal phrase, that section of the Chipmunks. Everything else is, yeah, it's dense. There's lots of stuff going on during that, but when these are featured now, it'll kick on and warm them up, make them a little more full-bodied.
Put my trust in his hand. I'm taking my.
Yeah. Here's something that could probably stay on for all of it. Stacking plugs, stacking plugins. Let's see.
Put my trust in his hand. I'm taking my hands off. Put my trust in his hand. I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
Uh-oh. We've got YouTube saying the stream is complete. That's not good. It says live. Resumed. Continuing. It's my first glitch, it looks like. I don't think I've seen any glitches or gaps. But yep, it's saying offline. That's no fun. I wonder if anyone's over on Facebook to tell me. Are you guys still with me? Let's see. Yeah, you're still live. Okay, great. Fine here, still up. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to ignore YouTube's glitching offline thingamabob there. Okay. All right, cool. So we've got I compressed it there. I like it, but we got to go back here and see. I've got this guy as part of the group. I've got it panned off half to the left there.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you.
This little section here needs to come up. Need it to grow. And then this guy right here needs some serious oomph. It's pretty much the only thing happening right here. Let's automate even just for that little section. Stick it on top of the mix a bit more. Throw the capitator on.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall,
You know what? It doesn't have to go hard left. We'll let it move back when the others come in.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you. I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you. I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you.
A little bit of arrangement here. My man Vic produced this, and he even messaged me last night when he was watching the stream. He's been killing it with his rough mixes. Shoot, just his mixes. Let me see. I'll pull up his text. He said, I want you to mix my album. Yeah, so he's talking about his album, but let's also, what I was going to tell you. He said, bro, I'm watching the live stream you did. LOL. You don't have to do exactly what I did. It was just a thought. I want you to have creative freedom. Nothing better than when the producer gives you creative freedom. So, but with that said, I'm going to actually pull open and see. I've got Magic AB here with Vic's, the producer's rough mix in, and I'm going to, top right is always where I put the producer's mix. I'm going to listen to what he did at this section, and I can do that because I've got Magic AB here, Sample Magic, good people over there. I import the client's rough mix top right here, and then I'll put references throughout. The main references just below the client's mix, but I've got it synced. You can see you can latch it or you can sync it, and you can just turn that off, but I've got it set to sync, and then I'll line up my session to his rough mix so that when I hit play anywhere in the session, it's going to be at the same minute mark on the client's rough. So let's take a listen and see what he had. Here's ours.
I'm letting go of it.
I want to hear back a little further.
Trusting. This just feels so.
Okay, so here's our mix.
This is how it feels to trusting.
All right, and now let's hear how he transitions and what elements he had up at that first section of the bridge.
This is how it feels to trusting you, trusting you, trusting you. I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you.
Listen again.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise, I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you.
I'll tell you what I'm not featuring there very much is that bass.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing
Can fix that real quick.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to is you. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you.
Okay, anytime you increase the bass, the subs in one of the bass elements, let's come up here and check it with our kick. Might be a little clashy now. Do we have track spacer on this track? We do not. We gave that bass track a little transient. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy track spacer from there. So when the kick comes in, it's going to push down against the bass. It's going to win the battle here. Let's make sure sidechain's set up correctly. It is. It's that easy. There's a little bit of a clash in Vic's kick bass to my ear, at least what I'm hearing and feeling. Sub pack really helps with that. But I tell you what, that's where I've got less subs in the kick. Maybe we just bring most of it back. From that snare to the one of the bridge, I feel a little bit like we're missing something here. This may be a total disaster, but I'm going to try sending that snare to the vocal delay for just that hit. Let's open it up. That did absolutely nothing. Starting to feel the machine slowing down a bit, so we need to wrap this one up and get on to the next song where we're going to have a fresh session. Let's go. Echo Boy's great, but let's slap this guy on here. Pull the mix down quite a bit. And let's try an eighth on the left, a dotted eighth on the right.
I'm letting go of it. I'm letting go of it.
Yeah, the only thing about this, they don't give me a master output to boost. Yeah, let's go. I should have just done Echo Boy from the beginning. Boom, 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 boom. Forget it. Small potatoes here. We'll see if it bothers us once we review the mix.
I'm letting go of it all. The only thing I'm holding on to. And in the rise or the fall, the only thing I put my trust in is you. I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
All right, starting to feel where some of my hearing was shot last night. This guy, the bass lead, needs some serious mid-range love. Let's see if we can just get it with a Pro Q boost here.
I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
That worked. Let's bring it up dB and a half. All right, cool. Let's see what we get there.
I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is what it feels. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Relax on the one control. This is how it feels to try. It feels. This is how.
Did I move? I moved that sound. the synth and the chorus. Oh, that's just one of them. Okay. This guy right here. Missing those in the mix. Got to get the candy in there. Okay, we can back off. Decapitator boosted the output, obviously, but we're going to back off and we're going to send it to a verb. So it sits back a bit. Quite a bit of verb. It's aggressive enough that should be able to soak it and it still cut through the mix. We'll see where those parts come in throughout the song. Make sure we don't. Little candy there. Let's show Vic some appreciation for that little lick. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. And I can't really feel it on the right side. There's enough going on over there, so we're going to move this lick to the left. Taking my hands off the wheel. But that was a bit too much to the left. Let's come back over here. Maybe we start it off left and move it further left during the lick. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. Let's try the opposite. Let's start left, throw right. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. A little peaky there. Multiband. All right, multiband compressor. Knock down that first high pitch transient that comes in. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah. You saw this, just jumps at it. Perfect. Let's see without it. And with it. Let's crush it. Now, okay, now we're hearing the effect. Now let's back off a little bit. There we go. Hope you guys can hear that. Without it, we got a sharp transient on the left side, which ultimately in context, I was hearing as a distraction. So here's without the multiband. Here's with that left transient. And then with it. You could probably split the difference a little more. It's not too bad. So anyways, another way to address that, you could go in and just see that the peak right there. And the transient, it's that spike right there. Basically, I use the multiband to knock that down. Make sure it doesn't get too harsh as well, but we could have drawn it with clip gain. All right, moving on. What do we have here? My hands off the wheel. And I'm still going to draw down a little bit. For that peak. My hands off the wheel. Multiple ways to kill a transient. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Relax, I'm the one in control. This is what hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Okay, and then here we're going to do our own little auto pan because I know what I want. For the ending here, I want it to start left and go right. And I want it to go further right. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. Okay, both of these without the music killing. What did I use for deverb? That makes it easy. We're going to, what do we have, 50%? I'm going to enable that, and then we're going to automate some verb down. I don't need that much over here. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. Let's see what this sounds like. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. All right. What we got over here? We've got Clay said, I don't know, man, this is sounding like a finished track to me. What's your master chain again? Let's, before I forget, I want to throw these, the delay throws and make sure I don't miss. It's crazy how long it's taking me to do a simple delay throw, but we've been productive. Lots of little things here and there that we're tightening up, making sure we get the transitions sounding good. I think this is time well spent. I will show the master chain is very different on this song than most of my other mixes, so I'm going to pull that open. We'll show that. Let's go Vox lead. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. I feel like the vocal at the end here. Let's just bring the whole thing up. Another dB or two. And these, I got to mix these. The doubles, I still don't know that they're... Got decapitator much. Little grit. Quick click of the punish. Pull back on the output. I'm taking my hands off the... Without it. I'm taking my hands off the... I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. They're locked on the one in control. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Let's see what we get with those. I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it. Man, I still got to mix the harmonies. There's some layers in there that seem to be pretty important. Let's come up here. What do we have? BG harm. Where are those going right now? Lots of little pieces. I'm riding, you're driving for real. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. They're locked on the one in control. Hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. All right, so what do we got? Let's see. We come over. My man Sam. Sounds like there's a bit too much low mids, around 500 overall. Would love to hear a quick A/B versus the references. Upper low mids, 500 to 800. Let's take a look at. Let's first hear. Let me hear Vic's.
Driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. You're never gonna let me go. I'm tearing apart and you're driving for real. You're never gonna let me go. Oh, one in control.
Definitely, I feel like it's a little higher, maybe even like 1K. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's go back. I got some work to do for sure. I need to rest my ears on this one. Maybe move on. Let's get the next track to a good place, and then I may need to do some shaping. Master bus. Clay asked about the master bus. I am starting pretty much every mix now with nothing on the master bus, and you can see here. I went back and added and actually, no, I didn't. All I did was turned on this plugin chain, which has got the virtual mix bus and revival and high lift off. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can help me out. I'm not sure if revival, if we A/B it, I don't know, maybe we'll hear it. But I almost wonder if this is doing something depending upon the signal coming in, even with the knobs off. Let's hear it real quick.
I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control.
Nah, I don't think it is. So nothing here. And then the only thing on the mix is the curve bender. Excuse me as I lose my voice. The curve bender. And from the very beginning, I referenced that Porter Robinson track, Shelter. Vic loved this one. And again, Sam's commenting, what do you got? Overall, pretty close. Could be coming from the low end, some slight mud. Yeah, I don't disagree, man. Definitely some EQ work to be done. Probably on the master with a Pro Q. I'll slap it over here and maybe fiddle around and see. I think there's a little bit much mid-range, like you were saying, 500, 800, 1, 2K. Somewhere in there, something's bothering me. But what was I going to say? My master, I've got my meters and my my gauges, my flux capacitor, everything set up to the right on a secondary screen that is I'm looking at to make sure I don't go past a -14 RMS or LUFS while I'm mixing, because I mix with this limiter on. The limiter's probably not doing very much right now. I think on the claps it was smacking them down a bit, but I didn't mind that. But overall, it's just there to sit. It's not doing anything. And taking my man Joey Fernandez's advice and mixing to not mix it slammed like these other tracks. So let me see. So these guys, hopefully I have more transient than them. If you can hear like this guy, the Porter, this one was smashed in mastering. So that punch, the transient in mine is because I'm not smashing it, but I am dropping the level of this mix by -9 dB to get it balanced fairly well. Yeah, so a little bit of gain staging with my referencing to make sure I don't go nuts. And Clay, what did Clay say? Still has to be mastered. Yep, for sure. Yeah, but so I hear both of you. Definitely some EQ shaping could happen here on the bus. Let's have some fun, man. Let's see what we get.
I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is what hands off the wheel. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is how it feels to trust in you, trust in you, trust in you. I'm riding, you're driving for real. Don't want it back, don't want it back. Eyes off the road. Relax on the one in control. This is what hands off the wheel. I'm riding.
Yeah, it may need a little more love than I'm willing to put into it right now, but good thoughts. Let's see. So what I was going to say, Clay, is yes, it definitely still has to be mastered, but I prefer to make sure that if there's, like what Sam's saying, if there is any boxiness or low end missing or top end's too bright or any of that, I prefer to make sure that I address it the best that I possibly can with what I've got, and then let the mastering engineer be an outside opinion, someone who, Joey, to hear it, feel it out. Samuel said 500 pulled out sounded pretty good to me. I agree. It definitely resembled this Porter Robinson track a little bit more with less mids. Whereas the Taryn Wells track, the Never Gonna Let Me Go here, is way more radio upper mids boosted.
Eyes off the road. You're never gonna control.
There's still something about Jeremy's vocal, and I think that's what's bothering me, is that vocal range there. Somewhere in here.
I thought I had a good grip, thought I could captain the ship, but when I look at this wreck, my prints are all on this mess, and I was running my life just fine, but I was hopeless, and I was broken. The harder and harder life hits, the tougher and tougher it gets to let go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. You know what? That delay throw.
I'm taking my hands off the wheel.
Pro Tools crashed. Look at that. It was bound to happen. It did. It is the Lord speaking to me. Stop mixing this song and move on to the next. All right, so I've got, let's see, DGR mix. I do need to launch that session one more time. What are we, 12:12? What time is it? 12:13. I hadn't done anything. I'm going to launch this. I'm going to bounce it. And we're going to move on to the next song. And I tell you what, I need a lunch break. So we're going to stop streaming on this one. I'm going to bounce where I'm at with it. We'll take some notes later together. And then I'm going to come back here in 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and we're going to start the next song. I'm going to go ahead and shoot. We'll be live while I import them in and balance the tracks and everything. We'll go from start to finish. So new song coming up. Thanks for Clay, Samuel. Great comments, man. Appreciate you guys. Sam, thanks for the creative input. Clay, your creative input, and also for auto-aligning that track. Huge difference, man. Really appreciate it. It's crazy, the editing, how much editing can help a mix. Back over to Steve. I'm looking through the comments. We had Steve online. We had Brad Thomas, my man Joey. You guys rock. Thanks for coming on and watching. If you guys are watching the replay, man, please subscribe, like the video. If you have any friends you want to share this with, it would be a huge help to us. We're going to create some new content for you, bring some friends in, and get some new videos up online here. Feel free, comment. Let me know anything that you want to see on the channel. Send me an email, david@davidglennrecording.com with any requests. And then, of course, the Mix Academy $1 trial gets you in at themixacademy.com. Tons of content waiting for you right there. Just $1 gets you in 30 days. Give it a shot. And you guys rock. So I'm going to stop this stream. We'll be back in a little bit after some lunch, and we'll pick up with a new song.